Hi, I'm Andrea Carol-Libman. Wouldn't it be great to be known for something amazing that you achieved? Wouldn't it be great to be a well-known singer, actor, artist, architect, or athlete? Wouldn't it be great to be remembered long after we were gone? Well, Sabato Rodia, also known as Simon Rodia, an Italian immigrant, came here to Los Angeles with a dream of doing something big, and he did. He created the Watts Towers, which you see on the screen next to me, giant steel towers covered in cement and mosaics single-handedly. I'll show you more pictures later. First, I want to explain to you what a mosaic is. According to Encyclopedia Britannica, August 2024, mosaics are decoration of a surface with designs made up of closely set, usually variously colored small pieces of material such as stone, mineral, glass, tile, or shell. And Simon used all of these in his towers. I'm going to tell you a story and how he came from a small town and dreamt of doing something big and did. Richard Candida Smith, a professor emeritus from UC Berkeley History Department, tells us in his oral history, Community and Creativity, October 2009, his heroes were Copernicus and Galileo, both famous astronomers slash mathematicians slash philosophers. So his idols were very sophisticated. Rodillo came to America in 1890 as an adolescent from a small town in southern Italy. He went directly to Pennsylvania, where his brother was already there working in the coal mines. He got a job, but then his brother had a mining accident and died. So Simon packed up his stuff and he moved to Seattle, where he met his future wife, Lucy Ucci. Then they moved to Oakland, California. They had a family, and then he became estranged from his family. Luisa del Guidice, independent scholar and assistant professor of Italian folklore at UCLA, mentions in her book, Sabato's Towers and Watts, Art, Migration, and Development, in 2014, she says, around 1910, he abandoned or was abandoned by his wife and children and began a decade of wandering in North, Central, and South America. He was working on many manual jobs, drinking too much, and leading something of a vagabond's life. He worked as a tile setter mostly. And then in 1919, he stopped drinking and he had a new purpose. That's when he started with the Watts Towers. Luisa del Guidice in that same book mentioned that he said, I'm going to do something big, something they never got him in the world. With his new purpose, he purchased a small shack on a piece of land in Watts in Los Angeles, California. He spent the next 33 years creating his masterpiece, the Watts Towers, from 1921 to 1954. His home was a one-room shack on the property. He used most of his money as a tile layer to buy cement and purchase materials. He bent rebar on the railroad tracks behind his house that created the steel structure. He used no scaffolding or ladders. He basically climbed inside of the structures himself while he built them. Very basic hand tools. And the biggest tower was 99.5 feet tall. Mark Gilbert from a research paper, he was the former director of the Conservation Center at the Los Angeles Museum of Art. His paper was called The Studies in Conservation 2023. He said in 1954, at the age of 75, Rodia deeded the property to his neighbor and moved to Northern California. Not long thereafter, the house was destroyed by arson. The structure remained. Before leaving, Rodia had a stroke, and he left his towers to his neighbor, Louis Sakeda, for free. And he moved to Northern California to live with his aunt or some relative. Then the neighbor sold it 6 months later to a man named Joseph Montoya for $1,000, who wanted to turn it into a Mexican fast food restaurant. Then William Cartwright, a film student, and an actor, Nicholas King, bought it for $3,000 from Montoya, and that's when they wanted to preserve it. Then the city wanted to take it down. There was a big struggle. They brought a crane to do a stress test, but it said that the towers were so strong that it actually lifted the crane off the ground. And now the towers remain. There's an art space. There's a little museum, gardens, and it's a great place to visit. I totally recommend it. Del Guidice, in her 2014 book I mentioned before, had a quote. Rodillo's own life stands as an exemplary, heroic tale, inspiring creativity and a sense of purpose in others. His towers become a symbol of great vision, spiritual resistance, and transcendence. He struggled all his life, didn't make a lot of money. He wanted to do something big, and he did. Many people thought he was crazy, and it just goes to show you that if you have something you want to do, if you want to say something, do it. It's never too crazy. Look what he did. He created a monument that still exists in Los Angeles today. And I wanted to share with you just a couple more pictures because it is such a neat place, and I highly recommend that you visit it if you get a chance. You can see all the mosaics and the tiles and the shells and the structures, really whimsical, interesting, a cement of different colors with imprints of different tiles and tools, and fantastic. I really enjoyed giving you this presentation. I hope you liked it. Thanks so much. Bye.